Welcome to the Dryftcast. I'm Daniel the Wizard. We got David.
Howdy, y'all.
Today, we're going to talk about some things that we did. We did some things. We did some interesting things. We did some not so interesting things. We're not going to talk about the not so interesting things. Also, the things that we did were kind of weird. To be real honest.
I guess interesting is depending on viewpoint.
Yeah. But first, weather. David.
The weather brought to you by chess and the letter Z.
Z for zebra.
Nice. Temperatures continue to be unseasonably elevated since before the late October's Queen's Gambit.
Nice. Oh, dramatic pause.
Oh, no. I was waiting for any comments.
By the way, fantastic show.
Yeah.
If you have not watched it, I would highly suggest watching it, especially if you like chess even a little bit. Pretty good show.
It's a Netflix mini series, is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
I did the research. I still don't know.
Netflix also has cuties, though. So if you're still hung up on that, then I guess
this is not that. This is definitely not that. Anyway, the high.
What?
The high.
Oh.
The high in regards to the weather. Chess.com reports an over 3.2 million increase in membership since the 50s/60s period drama release, starring Anna Taylor-Joy as the orphan chess prodigy.
2.3 million increase? Damn. Talk about that thing had some reach.
That's like since October, end of October 23rd, I think it came out.
So is chess mainstream again? Did we accidentally do something that was kind of mainstream?
I know. We were completely so unaware of what was mainstream that we just stumbled upon the thing that most obscurely happens to now be mainstream.
All right. Ridiculous. Next on the weather.
The low. Chess.com reports over 18K accounts closed for cheating. The miniseries featured drug and alcohol abuse.
Wait, are those two things tied? Drug and alcohol abuse and cheating? We did an episode on lying, in case you want to check that out. We talk about some of those things.
For sure.
So how much was that?
18,000 accounts they've closed because of cheating.
That's a lot.
Yeah. No, I was on, actually, the chess.com is very open about their all their activities, including how many complaints they get, how many people they ban, etc., etc. It's all they make all that information available. How many grievance cases there are, etc., etc. Very interesting.
Houston asked, "Did you all the things?" Sorry, we will get to comments in a moment. Please continue with the weather, sir. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting him.
Rising pressure as DeepMind, the originators of first AlphaGo and then AlphaZero, unleash Mu0 on the world. Experts warn of increasingly stormy social media experiences as man-made AI affect online climate, long-term potentially leading to Skynet.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, you heard it here first.
Probably nowhere else.
On a brighter note, the band Fish, spelled PH, Fish.
If you know who Fish is, you know how to spell it. Don't worry about spelling it for him.
Okay.
It's PHI.
PHI. Like pie? No, that's phi. Anyway, has challenged their fans to a virtual game of chess in an effort to combat KEF social interaction restrictions.
KEF.
The KEF, yes.
KEF.
We know all,
the KEF.
We know what the KEF is. So, and that was the weather. Back to
nice.
You,
so you can go play chess with Fish digitally to help combat being locked at home.
Yes,
okay.
through chess.com again, funnily enough.
Yeah, go to chess.com and sign up. Use Driftwood as your login. I'm just kidding.
Represent.
There's no sponsorship. Listen, it might cost you more to put that as a coupon code.
3.2 million increase in users. That's just the increase.
All right, David. So what did we do? We did something. All right. First, I want to say something.
Is this a disclaimer?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of people that know me know that I'm a very strange individual. But a lot of people that don't know me, they could probably say I'm a pretty strange individual. However, I thought I was pretty normal. Well, not normal. I thought that I fit in enough. Okay.
Right. All right.
Yeah. So David proposed that we play a game of chess, and I was like, okay, play a game of chess.
Sure.
Game of chess.
Chess is interesting.
But David, what was your motive with asking, hey, let's play a game of chess? Because you knew it was a little bit of a bait.
Sure, of course. Well, okay, so we were in a post-production discussion. We had James on as a guest.
James Percival, check it out. Yeah. Episode number 34.
Correct.
Yes, check it out. It's called The Wizard and the Fox.
Right.
It's good stuff.
A little bit of self-revealing.
Yeah, stuff. A little bit shorter than some of our other ones. It's only an hour long, but I promise you, if you listen to it long enough, you will realize that an hour has passed very quickly.
Yes. It is.
Yeah, if you get to a certain point, you're kind of hooked in the conversation, and you'll listen to the end. I think I could be wrong. I've put a lot of confidence in that, though.
Believe. No, but yeah. So we're in our post-production discussion, and various things keep coming up that had been discussed before. So the fact they keep coming up pointed that they were important. One of the things was overall strategy regarding certain things. And the other one was what's our best material is when we're asking questions or asking each other questions or delving into questions. So while we're discussing, I think you and James got off on a logo discussion or something, branding discussion to do with Drift.
Were we yelling at each other yet?
I was tuned out, so maybe. But yeah, so I put the two things together and I thought, so strategy and asking questions, how can we combine those two things? And it was very crude.
We could physically fight.
We could. That could certainly raise certain questions
in the front yard, like Step Brothers.
Why are we doing this?
Like Step Brothers, anyway. We could have done it in the front yard.
Right.
Had Shy hosing us down
with
water hose.
Okay.
Yeah, because to try and break up the fight.
Well, I was thinking gasoline at some point. But...
Oh wow! All right, wow. All right. So, anyways,
yeah.
Proposed chess.
Yeah, let's play a game of chess, but each chess move.
I'm reliving this, and I'm thinking like I was way too on board with this before you described enough of it.
You were completely set up. I set that hook before I even started thinking about reeling.
I was curious though.
Yeah,
I kept asking questions.
Yeah,
I asked, okay, so how do we do it? Like, how do we do what you're proposing? And you said.
I said, we'll basically make a chess move, and ask a question. And the other thinks about the question and responds not with an answer, but with a question in turn.
So basically, you had to pay a toll of a question to make a move.
Yes.
If you think about it that way.
Yes,
so,
before you could make a move, you had to ask a question. But it had to be relevant to the previous question.
So the first move was the first question. The person that made the first move got to determine the question. The other person didn't know what the question was.
Right, of course.
Right, so the question was asked. The question then followed by the next person had to be relative to that question that was asked. So it's really cool. So if you want to check that out, you can actually go to the website and you can see the questions that we asked each other. But anyway, so David had asked me about that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's real cool. But what are the have you seen anybody do this before? Is this something that you're familiar with?
Oh, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, I lost it for a moment.
For full disclosure, I have to say that, yes, I don't know if it's exactly like this, but I did draw inspiration from Zen conversations between Zen masters and their student, or between two Zen masters. It's very...
I've never met a Zen master, so...
It's very curious. It's very sparse, very to the point. You know, it's almost abstract.
I'm abstract,
and oftentimes, you know, when you ask the Zen master a question, they'll give you a question instead of an answer.
Right.
You know, basically they're saying, you asking them a question, and they're saying, "Well, I could tell you, but instead I'm going to let you consider this, and that'll help you answer your question."
If they would have asked a better question, they would have got a better question.
True. Always quality for quality, right?
The answer is always 42, though.
when you boil it down.
Yeah. So anyway, so David, we decided to play, but before we decided to play, we got in here, and because we'd been doing a little bit of looking and research on sound and how it affects the body and the levels of consciousness and whatever, I came up with a novel idea to play some specific frequencies in here while we're playing.
Right.
And then to really, really send it home, to make it one of a kind, we had to make it smell like a head shop in here and light an incense.
Go full out hippy dippy.
So the lighting was a little bit dim lit. There was no light on other than what was above us, but it was very dimly lit. The TV was on, but that's what was playing the frequencies. And then we were just sitting here playing right here. We were playing chess right here.
Right. And if you're curious about the whole frequency thing, check out episode 33,
Sound of Sound.
The Sound of Sound.
Yeah, we talk about it at the end of that episode. So check out that episode. All right. So we have put out, I think, 7 episodes this month so far. So after our 1 year, we've put out 7 episodes in the month of December, which is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of talking. We've did a couple live streams. We've put out a lot of content. So if you guys want to check it out, it'd be really appreciative. But what would help more is if you left a comment, gave us some feedback, and or shared it with other people, just so that they could get a chance to check it out. Listen, we know it's not for everybody, but I promise you it's something worthwhile.
Right. Well, having put that much content out in the month of December, we decided that we're not going to put anything out till the new year.
Yeah, we're probably going to hold off until after the new year. Then after the new year comes up, then we'll probably we may do a live stream or two before then, but we only got 2-3 days till the new year. So
right.
The most recent release was the other day, so check it out.
Yeah.
So David, did you want to talk about any of the questions that we asked? Yeah. So anyways, we played the game. Like, it ended up starting. We had the frequencies playing. We had the incense burning. It sounds really weird, man. It sounds really weird out loud. So anyways, my wife walks in.
Admittedly, very.
So my wife walks in. Bless her soul. I don't think she knew what she was walking into. I told her what we were doing. Like, I told her we were going to go in there and play a game of chess. She didn't really understand.
That sounds normal. That sounds really.
So she opens the door and she has this horrified look of what in the hell is going on.
There's this going on in the background.
The look she gave me was like she walked in on me shooting up heroin, right?
Damn,
like, it was just like this really like look of disappointment. Like, this is what you've done with your life.
So this is what you've been doing in here. Tell me you're working, and here you are with your arm rolled up.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Anyways, so she comes in and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "We're playing chess." She goes, "No, I see that, but what's all this other stuff going on?"
And it was just like that. What are you doing?
And I said, I tried to explain it to her. Listen, we didn't have it really fully formulated, so I was trying to explain it to her, and she just gives me a look of disgust. Like, this is really so. Anyways, we finished up. Actually, we didn't even finish. We took a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
I went out there and I talked to her and I asked her, I said, "Okay, so what about that missed with you? Because I thought it was okay."
It was a fairly good explanation at the time.
So I really realized how disconnected I am. I thought I was in touch with things, but I'm a little further out there than I thought. So I apologize to anyone that I've given grief for. But anyway, so yeah, my wife was not really excited to see that. But once I explained it to her, she was still questioning it. But then afterwards, she read the questions and she's like, "Okay, I kind of get what you were talking about now." So if you're curious about the questions, I think the link is in the description section. You can click on the link and you can go there and you can read the questions and stuff like that we had. But David, did you have any specific questions on there that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I'm just pulling up on our website. Okay, so chess isn't white and black. Let's see, scroll down.
Yes, that's the title of it. Chess isn't white and black.
So
let me just put it to you this way. Keep looking, David.
Yeah.
It was a lot less about chess than it was about trying to do 2 separate thinking things at once, like trying to actively think about something, well, maybe not at the same exact time, but to function in 2 different things, right? So you had to think about the question, think of an answer, and make a chess move. Because I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose.
We didn't put a clock down, but there was that feeling of like, well, you have to do it in a reasonable time.
So let's just do you have the first question so they can understand what it started off with?
Okay, so in fact, I kind of cheated. I ended up taking.
Listen, he needs to go listen to the lying episode.
I know, right?
See what lying does.
After doing that whole thing, and now I'm cheating.
Yeah.
No, basically what I did for the opening question, I took a question that Daniel had asked me earlier, so I kind of like flipped it on him But anyway, so it wasn't my question. But what do we have to offer? It was some part of a discussion from earlier in the day.
What do we have to offer? That was the first question asked. Okay, that was the first question asked by the first move. So after that, boom, things went on back and forth. So what stood out? What came up to you? What were you going to bring up before I said the label up the first? And
right. So there was a few moments or a few question exchanges that I thought flowed really nicely. I'm just trying to.
Well, I do remember part of the conversation or part of the questioning when it was no longer like really figurative. It was part figurative, and then it was like about the game. So at one point there was a question asked that was very specific about, I'm asking this question about the game and life, and then kind of just it seemed like it was to correlate those two things and how they can resemble one another at certain times. So it was super cool.
Yeah, no, that was a good instance where it was like we, without saying so much, agreed that was a premise. In fact, if you look at all the questions, when they worked well, when they flowed well, it shows there was a common understanding of a premise that was unspoken.
And I understand that if you go to it and you look at it as just the questions, it won't make any sense. Don't look at it and try and make sense of it. Don't try to do that. You'll lose your mind. I think if I were to tell somebody to look at it, just look at the questions and see if any of those are relevant to you. Like, just do you ask yourself those questions? I think they're just relevant because I think people need to do a lot better job of asking themselves questions about things they think they know the answer to.
For instance,
you heard it here first, guys.
For instance, this little exchange, without an expected outcome, what would be the incentive in setting yourself up at all? Okay, that was the exchange to that was pretty good too, but this illustrates better. So that's the question: what's the point of setting yourself up at all? And then the answering question is, why does there have to be an incentive?
Yeah, it basically just flowed like, what's the incentive for setting yourself up? And then the next question is, obviously, I think the following question would be, why does there have to be? Or you know what I mean? So yeah, guys, check it out. Again, link is in the description, or you can just go to the driftwoodpodcast.com. It's going across the bottom there, or like wherever the camera is. I don't know. I know. Yeah, I can point at the camera and then go down and then follow towards you. Oh yeah, there we go. I figured it out. Yes.
I just realized as well that the banner is right there, so they can't see my laptop. I wasn't reading from my groin this whole time.
No, he doesn't read from a teleprompter. He just kind of just looks at the ground and just talks.
Yeah, look at my shoes.
He's wiggling his toe.
Ultra introvert.
All right, David, if you had to leave with one word of advice for general people today, just from what you face today, what's a little bit of advice?
Face today, be honest.
I think that can be a goal every day. Yeah. Be
honest, but be kind.
I think people need to be more empathetic.
There we go.
Yeah. Try to understand your neighbor. Spend some time in your neighbor's shoes. Try to understand your neighbor. That's my advice for the day. So if you guys have any questions, again, please just go check it out. It won't take long to check it out. Read it, see what we got. We'll add a couple things to the bottom. The link to this is actually going to be in the bottom of it. So it kind of creates this cycle.
Are we going to answer Houston's question? Did we all the things?
Did you all the things?
Did we though?
Did we all the things?
Did we all the things?
I'm going to be real honest with you, Houston. If you're still watching, if you're not, I have no clue what that means. And so if you can update me as to what that actually means, I would love to answer it.
See, if you hadn't said that, I would have just told him we are. Yeah.
Well, maybe he knows. So you can answer it. I don't know the answer. What's the answer to did you all the things?
I are Driftwood.
Did you all look here? Boom, putting you on blast, Houston. Did you all the things?
I think he's asking us because that's what we said initially. We did all the things. So he's asking us, did we though?
We're late to the party.
Oh. I think we should get off before we cause ourselves more damage.
That's another episode of Driftwood Dryftcast. Again, check out our website, thedriftwoodpodcast.com. It's at the bottom. And then also in the link to the thing that we wrote with the chess thing, go check it out. And also maybe challenge somebody to do that as well, or maybe challenge one of us to it. Plot twist. See you guys later. Thanks. Love you.